Good evening, sir. Good
Good
evening,
evening, ma'am.
everybody.
Good evening, everybody.
So this is a special session. Sir is going to do only this one session for this upcoming webinar on Sudarshan Chakra. It's a totally new Paddhati and he'll be teaching us a lot of things during this. Please be with us. It might be a long session. Sir,
Yes,
say
ma'am.
over to you.
Yeah, one second.
So, shall we do the mute all, madam?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. This should be there.
Yes, please mute.
You'll have to unmute now, host and co-host. William sir, you have to unmute.
You're saying a few words, sir?
So today we're going to talk about, if I'm not mistaken, we're talking about a new upcoming course, right, sir?
Yeah.
Which is
Sudarshan Chakra.
Sudarshan Chakra.
A prelude to the Sudarshan Chakra.
I'm absolutely thrilled and eagerly awaiting today's introduction. And in fact, I believe introduction is a misnomer because I believe today's session is going to be a full session by itself, a class by itself, which is being offered by William sir as a friendly gesture and a gift to his students, of course. So the main part of the webinar is scheduled in the upcoming a week or so. I urge everyone who is going to be watching this in YouTube to take part in the session and to clear your doubts, whatever there may be in the class, which is going to be a very long, lengthy session. Over to you, sir. And
Yes, sir.
I'm also equally waiting with bated breath what the Sudarshan Chakra is all about.
Thank you, Kishore, sir. We'll just do the prayers. Hari Om Ghananam Tva Ghanavadikam Havamahe Kavim Kavirabhuvasravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashanvannotipisseed Sadhanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebirvajini Vadi Dinama Vitrayavadu Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswati Namaha Sri Gurupyo Namaha Hari Om और बस तत्वितुर्वरे एण्यम्बर्घोदेवस्य धीमहि प्रचोदयात् ओम शिवास्कराय विद्महे महत्युदिकराय धीमहि तन्नो आदित्य प्रचोदयात् ओम आदित्याय सोमाय मंगलाय बुधाय गुरु शुक्र शनिश्च राहुकेतवे नमः. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. So this is more of a prelude to the Sudarshan Chakra. I'll just okay, I'll just read out this what we are going to do. So it's Janma Lagna, Bhav Lagna, Hora Lagna, Gati Lagna, Ar Lagna. We have many Lagnas. Hindu Lagna, Paka Lagna. So with it, what is Sudarshan Chakra? So if you can see in Nadi emphasize more of Jupiter Lagna, some even take Saturn as Lagna. Dhruva Nadi teaches Janma Lagna, Chandra Lagna, or Paka Lagna. Strongest of the three is the controlling Lagna. Parasara, in spite of teaching so many Lagnas, teaches the fundamental aspect of analyzing the chart as Sudarshan Chakra, which is analyzing the chart from the Surya Lagna, Chandra Lagna, and the Janma Lagna. But in spite of what I say, he says in one chapter so many Lagnas, and then the emphasis first he says always start from the Surya Lagna, Chandra Lagna, and Janma Lagna. Only after that we go into the other special ascendants. So what is the meaning of first understanding the first horoscope from these three Lagnas, and then there are so many other, somebody was giving a thing, there are 40 Lagnas. So in fact, these Lagnas are, and Sudarshan Chakra, I have to mention to you, the Surya Lagna, Chandra Lagna, Janma Lagna are not starting Lagnas. This progress. So this is a specialty of this. It's not always, we keep these Lagnas progress or it move most periodically. Just a second. It moves periodically, progresses. Different kinds of progressions. This is the main part of the class. There is monthly, there is yearly, there's more than a year where it goes, and different types of progression. Each progress and moves. That is the specialty of the whole chart. In fact, this is a dasa by itself. The whole Sudarshan Chakra is a dasa by itself. So we'll have to see it in three angles, statically and dynamically, and as they progress. But before I teach you progression, Once they progress, you must first know what is the importance when Surya, when Chandra, and when Janma. How to integrate it, how to see it together, how important is Surya, when to see Chandra, when to see Janma Lagna. So even the KP people will say, why Surya Lagna? Surya stays in a sign for 30 days. Everybody born in the 30 days will have the same chart. So, there's an argument with that. Chandra 240 days. So Janma Lagna is the most. Some people say, why Janma Lagna? Janma Lagna is 2 hours common. So you can go it up to D60 and start seeing from D60. This is a lot of arguments are there. So you will see why, how important is these 3 Lagnas. So, okay, so Surya Lagna. With this class today, I'll explain to you the first foremost, what is Surya Lagna. Then only once we understand Surya Lagna, why nobody, I think 90% nobody uses Surya Lagna. Chandra Lagna itself, very little people, but many people in experience will know there is no chart without seeing Chandra and Janma Lagna. But before that, there is something called Surya Lagna. But Surya Lagna is never touched. So I will, this class completely 54 slides, will explain to you how important it is to judge from Surya Lagna. So why Surya Lagna? Surya is the Atma that functions at the core of the Kala Purusha. The Lagnas are expression of outer consciousness. The Surya is a super consciousness. Surya Lagna is like the core battery of a machine. Or it is like the nucleus. The Atma, no, this is a nucleus. The various Lagna are like the steering wheel. Without the battery, the vehicle will not work. In the human body, Surya is the Atma, Chandra is the Manas, and Janma Lagna is the physical manifestation. Any other Lagnas, which is Gati or Hora Lagna or Karagamsa Lagna, everything is nothing but different aspects, physical manifestation. But from the core, you will have to understand. Like, what am I from my super consciousness, my inner consciousness, or my higher self? From there, I'll have to see the chart, how it is manifesting from there. Immediately, I leave my Atma, I immediately go to my mind, or I go to exactly how it's easier to find out from Janma Lagna. But there is something at the substratum you'll have to understand. There are yogas in Parasara which clearly says start analysis of a horoscope. Last class, we did something else totally different, going up to D60. So this is, we are going to see something fundamentally basics. Just start, look at the chart. You no need to know the Chandra Lagna, no need to know the Janma Lagna. Everybody's horoscope is same Surya. From there, what is the pattern? There's a particular pattern which shows. You are going to see from the particular pattern, what does it show? Yes, after that, a Chandra Lagna will change the whole thing, how you view. Once there's a background is the same, from the Chandra Lagna, which is 240 days, the whole picture will change. Then the Janma Lagna will bring it down together, and how we exactly use the Surya Lagna and Chandra Lagna. It will come, and then it gets more sharper with different Lagnas, and it gets more closer with different Varga Lagnas. We can superimpose it in the D1 chart and see it. But if you do this before seeing Surya Lagna, it will become best. So it's very, very important to first see Surya Lagna, and then I will tell you the rules and I'll show it to you how important is Surya Lagna. Once you understand the Surya Lagna, then next Chandra Lagna, then how do you integrate? Everybody knows from Janma Lagna how. But when Surya, when Chandra, when Janma, and how do you integrate all these 3 together? How do you see it? Do you see it separately? This very, very important rules we'll have to understand. I'll explain to you first today how important the Surya is Lagna. Yeah. So the first most important thing I will tell you is Sun, Moon, and Janma Lagna. Any horoscope you see, when the Sun, Moon, and Janma are together, that by itself is a Raja Yoga. It is very difficult to see anybody having Sun. It is Amavasya, Sun, Moon, but Sun, Moon joining with Lagna, it's a very, very powerful yoga. Because wherever Sun, it is very powerful. Where is Moon? There is a strong pivot where the chart functions from. And where is Lagna? There is something strong functioning from that particular Lagna. What happens is when you see a horoscope, when Sun, Moon, all 3 are together, it becomes very, very strong. The Lagna expression becomes very strong. Then if you have a yoga, let's say a planet is in a Kendra, there is in a Kona, there is a planet in the 11th house, it works fantastically. Otherwise, you will have to see from Lagna, Chandra Lagna, where is a planet, where is some Surya Lagna, you'll have to see. But when all are 3 together, if a planet is very, very well placed, it by itself will act as a triple Raja Yoga. Same thing, and an affliction also can be triple fold. But when the Lagna is very strong, the negativity will not act so badly. But the positive factors will work very, very strong. Even let's say when we see there is a Viparita Raja Yoga in the chart, the Viparita Raja Yoga will work only if the Lagna is strong. So one reason how a Lagna becomes strong is Sun, Moon, and Janma Lagna. There's another Jaimini Yoga when they see when the Gati Lagna, Hora Lagna, and Janma Lagna are aspected by the same planet, it's a Raj Yoga. Here it is just another version of it when Sun, Moon, and Janma Lagna are together. So what is the core secret of it? Sun by itself is separate, Moon by itself is separate. Each are wherever they are, they have a very strong emphasis on the particular bhava they're sitting down. You will see example chart, you will understand how important is this. It is Queen Victoria's chart. Lagna, Surya, Moon is exalted. So what happens now when you see the chart? When you see Saturn, Mars, Sun, Rahu in the 11th house, they are not in the 11th from Lagna. They are in the 11th from Surya, Chandra, all three together. So this is very, very important. Lagna becomes extremely very strong. So it is like what I say, your manas, your atma, and your physicality, all three together are sitting in one side. So every other yoga importance is extremely very, very strong. See, Rajiv Gandhi's chart. I'll take his horoscope for many, many other reasons also. But here, the specialty of him being born, where his grandfather is a prime minister, his mother is a prime minister, and he himself goes on to become a prime minister, it is in Leo sign. Leo, where Sun is strong. The previous horoscope, Moon was strong. Here it is Sun, Lagna, and Moon. Then there are some other yogas also, I will say. And the reason when Mars is in the 2nd and 12th Rahu, you will understand when I finish the other aspects of the yoga. So again, the thing is, what is the strength of this horoscope? Apart from seeing any other yogas, when Lagna, Sun, Moon are three together, that Lagna becomes extremely very strong because the three pivots of the horoscope are together. Okay, see, this is Ramakrishna Paramhansa, one of the greatest saints of the 20th century. We know he's having Lagna, Sun, Moon together. The Ramakrishna Mission all over India, I think one of the best institutions. Yes, there's so many other yogas into the horoscope also, but I'm just telling when somebody has Lagna, Sun, and Moon, what I say, his personality or his destiny he has is completely strong. So first rule you understand. So what is the meaning is, yes, when these three Lagnas separately, they function very well. If they are together, they work very, very strong. Okay, I move to the next topic. Anybody wants to ask me anything, you can ask. Any doubts on this? Okay, this is the first rule. Okay, then next rule, what we say is benefics with Sun, called Surya Yoga. So you know the basic Surya Yogas, planets especially in the 2nd or 12th create a yoga. If it is benefics, it's fantastic. It means, see, any planets with the Sun not combusted, the planet becomes very powerful. So generally, it is better if it is in the 2nd or 12th. So planets in the, except Moon, in the 2nd, it's called Vesi. In the 12th, it's called Vasi Yoga. If planets are on either side of the Sun, it's called Upayachari. So the most important, a planet being anywhere else different, but any planet in the 2nd or 12th, this becomes charged. It becomes very dynamic when it's very next to the Sun. Let's say 10 degrees. It can be with Sun also, but must be 10 degrees away. Comfortably 15 degrees, you can say. So if it is in the 2nd and 12th, naturally what is it? It is, you treat the planets which are in the 2nd or 12th to the Sun very different. They are not ordinary planets. They have a tremendous different energy when they are in the 2nd and 12th to the Sun. And especially if it's benefics sitting in the same Sun, I'll come to that. Benefics with the Sun, not combusted. Sometimes I've seen even if it's combusted, it's very good. Venus and Mercury are always next to the Sun. There are a lot of meanings. How is the position of Venus and Mercury with the Sun? They can be in the 2nd, they can be in the 12th, they can create a Subakathari. So all this have, you can see most of the celebrated chart, Venus and Mercury will be in the 2nd to the Sun, or they'll be creating Subakathari. Shukra and the 2nd to the Sun, you will see in most of the media people, cinema stars, you will see definitely Shukra will be in the 2nd to the Sun. Intellectuals will have Mercury in the 2nd Sun. In fact, you can see in weather forecast, it's a good rain when Sun comes to Aridra. It is the time when the monsoon starts. And how the rain is predicted is Venus must be in front Mercury must be in front. If Mercury is in front, it is heavy wind. Venus is in front of Sun means it is good rain. So when Sun is from Aridra, it comes to Virchiga. Sun is in Scorpio. The rainy season in India. So at that time, where is Mercury and Venus is very, very important. It's always to have a good rain when Venus is sitting in front. It's heavy wind, Mercury is in front. If Mars or Saturn comes in this particular phase, it comes ahead of Sun, rain is cut. So even for weather forecast, what to say, as Sun moves in these degrees matters a lot. So imagine in the birth horoscope, what happens. And next to Sun, yeah, we always know Venus and Mercury is very common for people to be there. But when you have Jupiter sitting in the second to Sun, it will be a Raj Yoga. I'll come to that, where Jupiter's relationship with the Sun in the second or the 12th or Kendra, Kona, it is one of the biggest Raj Yogas. And the Sun Jupiter is a very, very important yoga, we will see. Then we have some important Raj Yogas, Bhaskara Yoga. This is formed when Mercury is the second house from the Sun, Moon is in the 11th house, and Mercury and Jupiter is in the 5th or 9th house from Moon. Budati Yoga, all of you all know, Mercury Sun conjunction. Surya Mangala Yoga, Sun and Mars combination. This is another very, very powerful combination for power. I'll come to it separately. The mutual disposition of Sun and Mars is very important for power. Mutual disposition of Sun and Jupiter is for finance and prosperity. Radha Rajeshwari Yoga, Sun in Pisces and Jupiter and Moon in Cancer. Surya Guru Yoga, Sun and Jupiter in the 9th house. But what I say, even Jupiter in the 9th house and Jupiter in the 5th house itself is an excellent yoga. Then we have Surya Chandra Buddha Yoga, Sun, Moon, Mercury conjunction. There are a lot of other yogas. There are negative yogas also. For health problems, Sun and Moon is very, very important. They must not be in 6, 8, 12 to each other. There's a particular combination, Sun, Venus, Moon together in the 2nd house, or it's bad for eyes. Sun and Moon in the 12th house from the Lagna is bad for eyes. Squint, I've seen many people when Sun and Venus is in the 2nd house, especially with the Moon, it'll have problems with the eyes. Sun and Venus in the 2nd house, definitely there'll be a problem with the eyes. That's a different, the medical astrology is separate, but fundamental basic Sun and the planets, where planets are, is very, very, very important. So I'm just giving you all an introduction. So you will not miss the horoscope. First thing you look at the horoscope, Sun and the rest of the planets. Once you have understood the pattern, only then you will have to go into what is a Chandra Lagna. After seeing Chandra Lagna, you will come to the Lagna, then integrate these three. Then you will have your special Lagnas, then you have your Varga charts, then will come later. So how important is Surya, which we never analyze at all? See President Nixon. I'll just show you the example. Just the moment, you don't need to see from Lagna, Chandra Lagna, all this. Immediately you must spot out the Raja Yogas. The moment, where is the Sun? The Raja Yoga is spotted out with Sun. Where is Sun? Sun is sitting with Jupiter and Mercury. And with Mars, Moon is in the 2nd house. I'm not going to analyze anything. How is Moon placed? He's two times the president of the USA. Sun is sitting with planets, with beneficial planets. Look at Muhammad Ali's chart. The moment you see his chart, yes, it is not good. See, again, there's a question always which everybody will ask. Oh, this will be there for a month. What is it? Only we see with the Moon, at least for 200 days, everybody does not become a Nixon. Yes, it is not only analyzing the Sun. This promise becomes, manifested when seen from Chandra, and where it is seen from Lagna. I mean, it becomes more accurate Varga. But there is a starting pattern. So the pattern must indicate something, and then it starts becoming active with the Chandra Lagna and Lagna. So just because it gets activated fully from Lagna doesn't mean we are not supposed to analyze, because it's common for 200 days for everybody. We cannot say like that. So it's very, very, very important to understand from the basics. The moment you see a chart here, Surya and Chandra in one house. So whatever is Amavasya Yoga, that particular house becomes very significant. When Venus and Mercury are together, see, Makara becomes a very powerful house. Now from Lagna, where is Makara going to become? That will change the whole chart completely. And Jupiter is aspecting that particular side. So Makara becomes one of the most strongest aspects in the horoscope. So it is very important. There is no you cannot understand Rajago if you do not analyze the chart from Surya Lagna. There is a pattern from Surya Lagna. Only if you understand the pattern from Surya Lagna, Can you understand the horoscope? You immediately jump to Lagna, Chandra Lagna without understanding the pattern Surya Lagna. It will totally change. See, Brooke Shields horoscope. One of the most prettiest females, I think 1980s. Look at this. The moment you see Sun, Moon, Venus, Mercury all together in one side. So this house becomes very, very strong. Where Sun is, planets with, there are other opposites also. When Sun is with Rahu, Ketu, with Saturn, then it becomes Sannyasi Yoga. Many horoscopes, there is something, there is even a role when four planets are together in a house. Without the Sun, it is a Sannyasi Yoga. But Sun is there in a four-planet combination, changes the whole picture. So see, now this Rishabha is Sukra's sign. Yes, now the meaning will change. From Lagna, is it 9th, is it 8th, is it 7th, will change accordingly. So the meaning will change. But no, you should not miss the planets with the Sun, aspecting Sun, in and around the Sun is the pivot, is the Atma of the horoscope. You will have to understand that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Only then from Chandra, from Lagna, where will come later. Okay. Any doubts? Yes. Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Sir, you mentioned that there will be a difference when the Sun is involved in the four-planet combination.
Yes.
Are there reasons like, for example, if they are combust, then that Pravraja Yoga or Sannyas Yoga gets diminished? Is that the reason, sir?
No, this is standard. What they say, if anybody has a four-planet combination without the Sun involved, it is a Sannyas Yoga. But if Sun is part of a four-planet combination, it will not give Sannyas Yoga. Because Sun by itself will charge everybody else and make it material. Because planets next to the Sun, see, you usually look at planets in Kendra Kona. You have never seen what happens when a planet is in second. What is Vesi and Vasi and Ubhayachari Yoga? Any planet in the second and 12th from the Sun has a lot of meanings. Like what is it? There is something called Adi Yoga. And Adi Yoga is what is it? It's caused from Lagna-The, Chandra-The. Chandra-The Yoga is when planets are in the 6th, 7th, and 8th from Moon, especially if it is a Shukla Paksha, especially it's a Purnima Moon. If planet in the 6, 7, 8 from the Moon, it is a Raja Yoga, especially benefics. It's not benefics. Any planet in 6, 7, and 8 from a full grown moon, not necessarily full moon, somewhere close to full moon. And there is also another meaning is when planets are the 2nd and 12th from. So, yes, sir. Sudarshan, sir. Yes, tell me, sir. Yes, Sudarshan, tell me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Just waiting for myself to get unmuted.
Yeah.
So, sir, when you spoke about yogas,
yeah.
So if these yogas happens to be animical houses, how does it get
Yes,
diminished?
It'll change.
Say, for example, Sun, Moon, Sun, Mercury, Mars in a Scorpio sign, because Mercury being sitting in inimical sign. Now, Buddhaditya Yoga will be there or not?
No, Buddhaditya Yoga will be there. Definitely will be there.
Because it's happening in the inimical house, this combination.
See,
for example, the same thing happening in a Kumbha or Makara.
See, when coming to Mercury is for learning. So when Mercury is in Vrichika, what happens is there are two aspects. So Buddha, what is it all learning? So everything regarding Scorpio, you will learn. That's all.
Okay.
The only thing, there are Jiva Karagattvam, Ajiva Karagattvam. When a planet is malefic, its Jiva Karatakam will get afflicted. But as far as the material aspects, the Jiva Karagatam, it will not spoil. So the education, the intellectual, logical part, Mercury will not disturb.
Can you just repeat the last part of it, Jiva and Ajiva Karakatva, sir?
I
missed some of them.
See, the Jiva Karakatvam is what is it? 5th house is for children, 7th house is for marriage, 4th house for mother, 9th house for that is the Jiva Karakatvam.
Yes.
But that house is also have an Ajiva Karakatvam.
Ajiva Karakatvam. Yes.
So when let's say in the Viparita Raja Yoga, there is a planet, 6th Lord Jupiter sitting in the 8th house. It is a Viparita Raja Yoga. But it will give the Ajiva Karagattvam, but it will spoil the Jiva Karagattvam.
Okay.
That's the way.
Okay, sir.
So you must always know when a malefic influence is there, it will only affect the Jiva Karagattvam, not afflict the Ajiva Karagattvam. Especially malefics. Malefics will always bless the person with Ajiva Karagattvam. It is the opposite for benefics. Yeah. So next is Subakathari or Ubhayachari Yoga. We just saw now when Sun, Moon, and Lagna are together, and then we saw with Sun when planets are there, how it becomes. So this here I'm only talking about Subakathari. If a horoscope has benefics in 2 and 12 from the Sun, how important is whenever you see a horoscope and there is a Subakathari Yoga, it is one of the biggest Raj Yogas. Look at this Jean-Claude Van Damme, an actor. Look at his horoscope. He'll not looking at any other. We'll just come to the fundamental basics. Where is Sun? Sun is sitting in a benefic sign. First, it is not sitting in a Saturn sign, but it is sitting in a benefic sign with a benefic planet. Second to it is a benefic. What is it behind it? It's a benefic. Usually for this yoga, Moon is not considered as a part of the Upachari, but I'm just telling about the benefics. That's a Subakathari. So so this by itself, apart from other aspects of the house, where you miss seeing the biggest yoga is, first, when you see a horoscope, most important, where is Sun? The yogas from the Sun. I will just teach you how to see the yogas from the Sun, the whole horoscope from the Sun. Only then you will have to move to Moon, then you will have to move to Lagna. If you start from Lagna, Moon, you will be missing the most essential aspect of the horoscope. Tiger Woods, another sportsman. Look at his horoscope. The moment you look, there are many other aspects in the horoscope. See, after that, from Chandra, from Lagna, the picture will change. But where you need to spot it, the Sun is sitting in a Jupiter sign, where Jupiter is in his own house. You have behind it Venus, Moon, and next to it is Mercury. So it is, you have Vesi, Vasi, and Ubhayachari. Sun is surrounded by big benefits. This is the first, this is one of the first basics. When you look at the chart, this is very, very important. Sunabha, Anabha, Vesi, Vasi. Without that, you cannot go into any other Panchamahapurusha yogas. All you cannot go. This is the first yoga you will have to see. Where is Sun? Sun, where is Mercury, Venus from the Sun? It is together, the second and the 12th. Or there's any other benefic coming? Where is Jupiter from the Sun? Where is Mars from the Sun? Where is Saturn, the Karma Karga from Sun? Rahu, Kedu are joining with the Sun. All this you'll have to study. This is where how the Atma is going to manifest, or how undisturbed the Atma is going to function. Only then you will have to move to the mind aspect of it, or the Lagna aspect. You jump without understanding this, you will misread the horoscope. Okay, this is another very famous Sophia Loren actress. Look at a horoscope. The moment you see in a benefic sign with an exalted Mercury, next to it Jupiter, behind it Shukra. See, Jupiter, I will call anybody has Jupiter in 2nd or 12th from the Sun is a fun. It's very rare. Venus and Mercury, it's quite common. You can see. But what is it? Jupiter coming 2nd to the Sun is a Raja Yoga. It's very rare. You cannot see. Though that month everybody will be having, but then when you see it from the Lagna, it is changed. For it is 10th, Jupiter is in the 10th from the Moon, and 11th from the Lagna, and it is 2nd from the Moon. So that's how it changes. So everybody might have this, but when you judge it from Lagna, the picture will change. So it can Jupiter can go 8th, you can go 6th, Jupiter can go 11th. But the first thing where you have to know is, oh yes, the moment Surya is with the benefic, it's in a Subakathari. But the whole combination where it is forming, it is falling in the 10th house of 9th from Moon and 10th from Lagna. This is how you have to see a Raj Yoga. Without that, you jump and see, you will see what is Kedu in the Mars, Saturn, Moon, Rahu. You start reading, you will misread, you will not see any of the Raj Yogas. You will have to see the horoscope from Surya Lagna. In fact, actual Sudarshan I'm teaching is timing of events progression. But before I progress the horoscope, I have to tell you first how important is Sun, how important is Moon, how important is Lagna. Only if you understand that, when I progress the horoscope yearly and in 10 years, how it progresses, you will understand that. If you do not understand from the static horoscope, you will not understand Sudarshan Chakra. You will be only analyzing from Lagna. Only progressing the Lagna, Chandra, and trying to see. So you'll cut. So it's very important. I teach you how important is Surya. Okay, I will just one more thing. Now we saw Subakathari. Now, in case benefics are there with the Sun, whenever you see benefics, even if they are combust, but if they're, it is different meaning if they are combust. If they are not combust, two different meanings are there. With the Sun, they become very, very powerful. If they are combust, their lordship becomes afflicted. But the Karagatvam will not be. The biggest example I will say, K.N. Rao's horoscope, Sun and Mercury are together. Mercury is fully combust. During Mercury Dasa, I think his biggest astrology career, he published 25 books in Mercury Dasa. Mercury is combust in his horoscope. In fact, Mercury and Sun are there in the 12th house. Okay. The actress Demi Moore's horoscope. There are many aspects of the yogas. I'm not going to aspects. Surya is Nicha. Okay, Surya is in a benefic sign with Mercury, Venus, aspected by Moon, aspected by Jupiter. All the benefics are aspected by Surya. See, this is how you should see a yoga. Then from Chandra Lagna, then from all that. But if you miss this combination, this is a special horoscope when all the benefics are, what I say, focusing on the sun. By itself, this is happening in the 9th from Lagna. If you miss it and you read the horoscope, you will miss a totally different. In fact, all the planets, if you look at the horoscope, every planet is aspecting Sun. Saturn is aspecting, Mars is aspecting. Jupiter's aspect, Moon is. Every other planet is focusing on Libra. Look at this, Fidel Castro. This Fidel Castro has so many Surya Yogas. Twice, thrice, I'll bring his horoscope. Here, I'm just only mentioning when you have his Sun is sitting in a benefic sign with Mercury, Venus, aspected by Jupiter. See, any horoscope, when Sun is aspecting Jupiter, it becomes very, very special. So Sun and Jupiter, for any Raj Yoga, if you ask me, first thing you'll have to see the position of where is Sun from Jupiter. Prosperity Yoga. You want to see power, you'll have to see where is Sun and Mars. I'll come to that. But before that, you want to see the standard of living. Sun and Jupiter's position is very, very important. The psychological of a person when it comes to health, Sun and Moon, where are they mutually placed is very important. The karma of a person, what kind of karma is going to face is Saturn, Rahu, Ketu from the Sun. Where is Saturn from Sun? Where is Rahu? Where is Ketu from? This is very, very important if you understand what kind of karma he has in back. So the relation between Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu is the karma of the person. Okay. Any doubts before this? If we are going to the other aspect of the chart. Anybody has any doubts?
Just to remind everyone that you can use the hand raise function in Zoom. If you have
Okay. Anybody ask any doubts, immediately can raise. I'll stop and I'll answer your questions. Yeah. Next, we will move Sun and Kendras. So after we have seen Surya itself as a very important Lagna. 2nd and 12th from we have seen how important or the benefics associating, aspecting, influencing the Sun, how important it is. Now what happens? Sun and the 4 Kendras, 4, 7, 10 from Sun. When planets are there, what does it mean? What is the meaning? Especially you cannot have Mercury and Venus. So the only important thing is Jupiter, Mars and Moon only. Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, it will talk about a different aspect of it. It's very important. Jupiter and Saturn position from Sun itself has a total different meaning. Okay, this Fidel Castro, I think I'll bring his horoscope 3 times. Look at his horoscope, just analyze, forget from Lagna, forget from Chandra, don't confuse us. Very simple, look at from the ascendant. What is the specialty? It is not Sun and a benefic Mercury, Venus. He has 4th house Saturn, 7th house Jupiter, 10th house Mars. All the Kendras from Sun, he is having planets. There is something called Chatusagara Yoga. Chatusagara Yoga is all the Kendras when there are planets from the Lagna. It's called Chatusagara Yoga. But when this person is having it from Surya Lagna, starts with Surya Lagna, it also has it from Chandra Lagna. See, where there is another picture of the chart is where this planet, Sun sitting, it is sitting in the 10th from Lagna, 11th from Chandra Lagna. But from Surya Lagna itself, Surya is the power. So Surya is in the benefic sign with 2 benefics, and every Kendra from Surya is having planets, very powerful planets. So only after seeing this, what I say, we see Lagna and Chandra, you'll appreciate the whole picture. If you immediately jump and try to see from, from Lagna, that's not the correct picture. You are missing many, many important things because the Atma of the horoscope is Sun. So you have to start from the Sun only. See, look at this is Alia Bhatt's horoscope. Look at where is Sun. Sun is with an exalted, she's an actress. Sun is with exalted Venus. 4th to it Mars, 7th to it Jupiter, 10th to it Moon. Yes, from Lagna, the same combination is also there from Chandra Lagna. This is a horoscope where from Lagna, Chandra, Surya Lagna, all the 4 Kendras are having planets. This is a Raja Yoga. See, it is so basics of Parasari Yoga is when a Kendra and Kona combines together. Or when the Kendra and Konas have Kendras have planets in own sign exaltation is your Panchamahapurusha Yoga. But then you start, see, first from Surya, all the Kendras are there. From Lagna, all the 4 Kendras have planets. From Chandra, it has. So we start with Surya. Okay, this is John Travolta. So the moment we see from the Lagna, you see 3 planets in the 8th house. So moment say, what is this? Such a actress, he's even acting now. He was a sensation, Saturday Night Fever. Such a sensational, big heartthrob. He was, what to say. So the moment we get if you see 3 planets, but you see it from Surya Lagna. Surya is with Mercury and Venus, having Jupiter in the 4th Kendra, Moon in the 7th Kendra, and Mars in its own house in the 10th. I'll explain separately how important it is to have Mars in the 10th house. You will rule the industry you are when you have Mars in the 10th from the Sun. It is an exceptional, any planet in the 10th from the Sun is a fantastic combination, especially if you have Mars, Jupiter in the 10th, is even Moon, or you have Sun, even Bill Clinton has Rahu in the 10th from Sun. So to have a planet in the 10th from a Sun, planet in the 5th and 9th and the 10th are very, very important. Here, this is a combination of when you have planets in the Kendra from. Here I'm showing all the 4 Kendras planets are sitting. Okay. Any doubts? No, so far. We will move to other aspects of it. All simple rules only. The only thing, the emphasize and the way you will have to see it. From each aspect, I'm taking it step by step from this. 11th from the Sun. Okay, it is not 11th from Lagna, Chandra Lagna. 11th from the Sun itself can, any horoscope, you have 11th from the Sun, any planet. That itself will be very, very special. It's very common to see people, crorpatis, having many planets in the 11th from the Sun. And if it's 11th from the Sun and if it is 2nd from Moon and 2nd from Lagna, it becomes a yoga. It's not just 11th from, you start with it. 11th from Sun, let's say somebody has 3 planets. What is it from the Chandra Lagna? What is it from Lagna? You'll have to coincide. In case it becomes 12th from Lagna, then it is not getting activated. But the first promise of the horoscope, we'll have to see. And then how it gets activated from Chandra Lagna where, from Janma Lagna where. And that house becomes Gati Lagna or Hora Lagna, it becomes more powerful. So you add on when you say other Lagnas. But for a start, it is very, very important, the basic, like the skeletal picture, we see planets in the 11th from the Sun. See, we saw Queen Victoria's horoscope, first a Lagna, how strong. Now look at the planet. When all the 3 Lagnas are together, it's very, very powerful. When she has also Saturn, Mars, and Rahu in the 11th house. Jupiter is not Nicha, it is in a Parivartana. So Jupiter is, it's like it's come down to Pisces. I think, what I say, she ruled for a very long time, no? Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth, I have one of them ruled for 70 years. I don't know who ruled for 70 years, Elizabeth or she. See, Angelina Jolie. Lot of yogas are there. But the most important which we'll have to see is from Surya Lagna, Mars, Moon, Jupiter in the 11th house. Yes, when you see from Lagna, it becomes 9th house. From Chandra Lagna, the whole combination is, what I say, it is a Gajakesari Yoga, Chandra Mangala Yoga. But from the Sun, you have not missed, the combination is from 11th from the Sun, 9th from Lagna, and with the Moon. So the speciality of the horoscope. And if you want to see any planet in the 10th from Saturn itself, is very powerful. The carrier will be seen from a planet in the 10th from Saturn. Every other planet we can see. But the most important, start the horoscope. When you judge a horoscope, the first beginning of the horoscope, why I'm emphasizing on the Sun, and then I will tell about the Moon, then Lagna. This is static. When I progress the horoscope, you all must not miss it. This position, the planetary position, we are in a progress horoscope. We are not going to see it always. Sun and the Lagna, moon and sun will be moving. As it moves, what happens to them? It's very, very important. But if you do not understand when they are static, you will not understand when it is moving. So Julia Roberts. Jupiter, Moon, Venus in the 11th from Sun. Yes, it becomes fantastic because it is second from Lagna. And Moon with 2 benefics is fantastic. But first thing you must understand, it is 11th from the Sun. In case, let's say she has the same combination, but Sun was sitting in Virgo. It is 12th from the Sun. So the meaning changes. When it's 11th from the Sun, it is second from the Moon. And with Moon itself, what I say, you have 3 benefics. This is the Raja Yoga. This is how you will have to see Raja Yoga. So there is a basic pattern which becomes very clear from the Sun. Only when you see from the Kendras, from the corners, from the 8th house, every other aspect, I'll tell you when you see, then from Lagna and Chandra Lagna, it will become very, very clear. Okay. Any other doubts? We'll move from 11th to the 2nd house. Anybody can raise the thing, use it if they have a doubt or you want to say something. Okay. Planets just in the 2nd on 12th from, we have seen it gives Raga. What happens if somebody has benefics in the 2nd, just 2nd from the moon? What happens? Even malefics in the 2nd becomes charged. It has a different meaning. What is Saturn in the 2nd? I've seen Saturn, Mars in the 2nd itself. I've seen it giving very good results. But benefics become very, anybody has 1 or 2 benefics becomes really very special from the Sun. See, Lata Mangeshkar's horoscope. She is a singer. We'll be searching from the Lagna, where is the 2nd lord? Or from Chandra Lagna, anybody is in the 2nd house. First basic, see the horoscope. Sun with Mercury, and in the 2nd house, Venus, Jupiter is sitting down. Okay. Why the reason she is a singer? It is, you have a reason from Lagna and Chandra Lagna, but most important, it is where Mercury's house becomes the 2nd house, and Mercury, Sun and Mercury together, and second to it is Venus and Jupiter. Okay, see, this is Bruce Springsteen, another singer. Sun and Mercury together in a Mercury sign. He's having Venus and Moon. There are 2 benefics sitting in the 2nd from a moon. He's earning his money through singing. There are other yogas also. I'm just giving you, just forget about every other yogas. There are Jupiter in the 4th house. I'm just looking to see if you have 2 benefics in the 2nd from thing. And both I've showed you, they are earning from singing only. See, B.V. Raman, one of the greatest, yesterday was his birthday, greatest astrologist. There are a lot of other aspects for the horoscope from Lagna. This is from the horoscope, but where you, for an astrologer, what you should not miss is Sun. See the planets in the 2nd from the Sun. Yes, Jupiter is in the 5th house, is another important point. 11th house, Saturn, Moon, is another point. But for astrologer, what is very important is he's having Mercury, Venus, Mars in the 2nd house. And the 2nd lord itself is Sun. So you just forget about from Lagna, from Chandra Lagna. Just look at the horoscope from Surya Lagna and see. You will know immediately. 2nd house and 5th house are very strong. Jupiter is aspecting Sun. So you can see he's written so many books, 25 books. Where is the combination from Lagna or Chandra Lagna? From Surya Lagna, it is clear. He will write book. Mercury, Venus, Mars in the 2nd house. 10th Lord Mars with 5th Lord Mercury in the 2nd from the Sun. And Jupiter is in the 5th, and Jupiter is aspecting Sun. It is more clear. If you leave it and analyze from Chandra Lagna, Lagna will be confusing yourself. K.N. Rao has also Venus, Moon, Mars in the 2nd from the Sun. So it's very good for an astrologer. Anybody has a 1 benefic at least in the 2nd from the Sun is very good for an astrologer. It's very, very important to have benefics. Yes, from Lagna, Chandra Lagna, anywhere one benefic is important, but the fundamental basics, the nucleus of the horoscope, when you have benefics in the 2nd is, all the factors of singing, if it is singing, cooking, surgery, or astrology, any other thing will be very, very. See, this is Rukmini Devi are in there, one of the greatest, brought down Bharatanatyam to its pristine glory. See a horoscope. She's special to the horoscope. Yes, she has Jupiter, Mars, Ketu in the second, but that is not the most important. See the horoscope, Jupiter, Mars, Ketu in the second, and Venus, Mercury, and Sun. This is, yes, it is in the 9th house. This is in the 7th house from the Chandra Lagna. But these horoscope becomes special because they are in the 2nd and 12th. All of them are totally charged because they are very close to the Sun. And again, see from Chandra Lagna, there is something called Adi Yoga. Planets in the 6th, 7th, it's a very close to full moon. Planets are in the 6th, 7th, and 8th from the moon. So they're charged from the Sun. There is something called Luna Solar Yogas. How moon charges the horoscope, or how Sun charges the horoscope, it is very important. Sun, just planets in either side of the Sun is the biggest Raja Yoga. And planets in either side of the moon and the 6th, 7th, 8th from moon, if it is a very close to full moon, it is a, I'll explain the moon yogas later. But in this horoscope, you can see double yogas. Yes, there are planets in the 11th, planets in the 9th from Lagna, many other aspects of that. But here it is an Adi Yoga with your Chandradi Yogas there with planets on either side. So this is a special, you can, moment you look at the horoscope, when either side of the Sun, there are planets. It is so, what is all of them are charged. From Chandra Lagna, all the planets 6, 7, 8 are charged. The whole combination from Lagna becomes 9, 10, 11. So you can understand, because if it is Lagna changes, the meaning changes. But there is a basic promise which is there in the horoscope. You must not miss it, because it's very, very important to analyze from the Sun. See, this is static. Now Sun will move, Moon will move, Lagna will move. They will progress. So the whole meaning of the horoscope will change. But before analyzing the horoscope, before I progress the horoscope and teach you, you must know when they are static, what is the meaning. Only then you will understand, you will appreciate when they are moved. Okay, any doubts before I move to the next session? Okay, I assume it is quite understandable.
Sir, may I ask a question?
Yeah, sure, sir. Yeah.
Sir, all along we have been looking only at the Rashi chart. Do we also have the concept of looking into the Varga charts for the same appearance pattern?
No, it's slightly different when you see in the Varga charts.
Okay.
Because the yogas will be totally different. But you'll have to see, yes, you'll have to see from the Varga charts also. But what I say, the promise in the Rasi chart will be different. What is in the Rasi chart will be different. Okay, next is Sun, Jupiter, and Saturn. Whenever, see, Saturn is the karma, and Jupiter, is the dharma. So this is a very, very important when, if somebody is made for something special, is the distance from Sun, where is Jupiter, are both in Kona, both in Kendra, or one, if they are strongly well placed from the Sun, is very important, the purpose of life. The other planets, see, you will, Venus and Moon will be 2 and 12. So the story is, are they behind? Are they both combust? Or they ahead? Who is behind? It's very important. That's a basic pattern you will have to understand. Next pattern, where is Jupiter? It's very, very important. What's the relationship between Sun and Jupiter becomes very, very important. Both Sun and Jupiter own the corners of the Kala Purusha, where they are placed. Next, you will have to understand, where is Saturn placed? Sun and Saturn are like the light and the darkness. And Saturn is your karma. What are you born for? What is the purpose of life? What is the relationship between Sun and where? Before you look, where is Saturn from Lagna, Chandra Lagna? Where is it from Sun? Where is the disposition of Jupiter and Saturn from Sun? Is very, very important to understand the meaning and purpose of life from Sun. And then you add up from Chandra Lagna, where it becomes from Lagna. But first, most important, you will have to understand from Sun where they are. Very, very important, because this is where from Sun, Jupiter and Saturn will show how important is your life. If they are in 6, 8, 12, it's a different meaning. If they are in both corners, or if they are in Kendras, or they are in 2 and 11, you can define your basic life itself just from where Sun, Jupiter, Saturn is in your horoscope. See Abdul Kalam's horoscope. Sun with exalted Mercury. He has second to it Venus and Mars. Okay, I'm not saying about that. Where is Jupiter? Jupiter is exalted. Jupiter is in the 11th. Saturn is in the 4th house. Whose dispositor Jupiter is in the 11th. So just seeing his destiny, goes on to be the president of India. Where is the Saturn? Saturn is in 4th in Jupiter's house, and the dispositor Jupiter is in the 11th house. Sun by itself is very strong with an exalted Mercury. Second to it, Venus and Mars is fantastically placed. But here for the bigger, larger aspect of life, the larger aspect of how large your life becomes is where when you have a very nice Saturn and Jupiter from Surya. Surya is well placed in a good association, not with malefics, and very well placed. And when Saturn and Jupiter are well placed from Sun, the larger aspect of your life becomes totally very different. See, this is George Bush's horoscope. The president of the USA. I think 2 times he completed. See, immediately see the horoscope. Yes, from Lagna, there's a Parivartana, many other yogas are there. What you should not miss is look at the horoscope. Second to the Sun, he has Mercury, Venus, and Saturn. So Saturn is in the second with 2 benefics, second to Sun. And 4th to it, Kendra, Jupiter and Moon. Jupiter is sitting in a Kendra. Gajakeshari Yoga in 4th from Sun. From Sun, it is sitting now. Whereas Sun is in the 10th from Moon. So Jupiter is in a Kendra. Jupiter is sitting in a Kendra from. Second to it, Sun is charging all Mercury, Venus, and Saturn. And so it is very, very important to have. And 4th to it is Jupiter and Moon. Any big time players, it's definitely what I say, you will have Jupiter and Saturn very powerfully placed from Sun. See, Joe Biden's horoscope. This horoscope has so many other, you can see, many aspects I'm seeing. I will come to his horoscope at least many times. But here, his Sun is sitting in Lagna, is with Venus. It is one thing. But where is Saturn? Saturn is in Digbala, sitting in the 7th house. And where is Jupiter? Jupiter is sitting in the 9th. You'll see all big players. Jupiter will be in the 4, 5, 9, or 10 or 11th house. Very powerfully placed from Sun. Any big time players, it's definitely what I say. In case, if let's say you have 3 planets in the 8th house from Sun, what happens? Or Jupiter goes to the 8th house. It will change. I'll come to it. But here you see immediately the horoscope. It is not from Lagna. He has, from Lagna and Surya become 1. So that itself is very strong. Lagna and Surya become 1. Lagna and Chandra becoming 1. So any one planet with the Lagna, either Surya and Chandra Lagna or Chandra Lagna and Janma Lagna together itself, it is very strong. If it is Sun, Moon, Ascendant together, it becomes very powerful. So 9th from Surya Lagna, Jupiter is exalted. In the 7th, it is sitting down. Yes, again, what we miss is from Surya, 10th house, Rahu sitting down. And 10th house is, in fact, he became president in Rahu Bhakti. Jupiter is a Rahu Bhakti, only became president. Because it is not from Lagna, 10th house. From Surya Lagna, Rahu is in the 10th house. That's the meaning. It is 5th from the Moon, 10th from Surya Lagna, and 10th from Lagna, Rahu. Rahu is so well placed from Lagna, Surya Lagna, Chandra Lagna, and Jupiter, that's a Rahu, he became the president. Again, you can see the Chandra-The Yoga also in this horoscope. Okay, any doubts before I move to the next aspect of the horoscope? So it is very, very important to have Saturn and Jupiter, strong, well-placed Saturn, not in 6, 8, 12. 12 is okay, at least 6, 8, and 8 from the Sun, for understanding the meaning and purpose of life. Okay, one of the very, very important planets, the 10th from the Sun. I'm just giving mostly which I've picked up. So the most powerful to have a strong planet in the 10th from the Sun. Mars in the 10th is seen in political leaders. Most of the people who rule, not anybody who's ruling, not necessarily in politics. Anywhere, if you are a CEO of a company, you will have a very strong planet in the 10th. Only don't be searching from Lagna and Chandra. From Surya itself, if you have a planet, definitely all the major leaders, one planet will definitely be there. Your karma is from 10th from Saturn. But if you are ruling, a person who's ruling the field, any field, there is a powerful planet in 10th from the Sun. Jupiter sitting the 10th, you can see for prosperity related things. If Rahu sitting, I have also seen a lot of people in Rahu. I've not put the horoscope, but here we just saw one person have. Bill Clinton is having Rahu in the 10th house. Ketu is in 10th house, you will see in spiritually great. See, Joe Biden's horoscope. Rahu sitting in the, wait, sorry, I just put it here. Indira Gandhi's horoscope. Look at the horoscope of Indira Gandhi. Mars in the 10th from Sun. The horoscope already, Sun and Mercury together. Venus is the second, 7th house Jupiter. By itself, from Surya Lagna, you can see the horoscope. But what's important, she is a prime minister ruling from 1960s to 1984. She is ruling. There is a Parivartana first. Sun is in Mars house, Mars in Sun's house, and Mars is in the 10th from Sun. Any big political leader, very common, you will see Mars and sitting in the 10th house. Surya's Lagna itself is already very powerful. Surya is there with Mercury, with Jupiter and Mars aspecting in Surya. Surya Lagna is very, very strong. You ordinarily look at the Lagna, it is only Saturn sitting in Lagna. But when you see from Surya Lagna, it is not clear from Lagna or Chandra Lagna. It is only clear from Surya Lagna. Sun with Mercury and Jupiter and Mars aspecting a Surya Lagna becomes very strong. Only if you see from Surya Lagna, then the meaning is from she was a widower, she was a lady, she was a lonely. All that is from there, from the personal aspects of the chart. But the power she wielded is only clear from Surya's Lagna. Surya, see, Che Guevara, you can see the Cuban revolutionary. Look at his horoscope. The moment you see the horoscope, Sun with Mercury, and where it is having Mars, Mars is in the 10th house. Yes, 6th house, Saturn, Ketu, 11th house, Jupiter has a meaning, and 12th house, Shukra is by itself charged totally. But for a leader, a revolutionary, or most of the revolutionary leader, if you see Mars in the 10th from Sun, as a spectacular yoga to see. Most of the leaders will have it. Very, very common, especially from Chandra and it becomes the 9th lord, and from Chandra, Mars becomes the Rasi lord. So Mars becomes special. So the meaning of it will change, because you can say you might have to, next at least 15, 20 days, everybody will have the same horoscope. Does it mean? No. The pattern is the same. Then from the Chandra Lagna, every 2.25 days, moon makes, the Mars position will change. In the Lagna, it will change totally. So we'll come to the finer aspects, but the gross aspect, the structural aspects, you should not miss it. And then you will finish it and complete the whole picture from Chandra and Lagna, where the particular planet moves, will change. But doesn't mean because Surya is in 1 month the same. So what is the base of if you're analyzing from Surya Lagna? Means you are missing. You don't want to analyze it from the root. You don't want immediately. You want to go to the outer aspect of the chart and analyze from the outer aspect, not analyzing from the substract. See, Fidel Castro, which I forgot. He's having he has many other yogas from Chandra Lagna, from Lagna, all the Kendras I've showed you, from Lagna Kendra, many planets, from Surya Kendra, many planets. Most important, from Surya, what is in the 10th house? Mars in its own house, sitting in the, his Mars is not sitting alone. The aspect of an exalted Mars. No wonder what is here, the kind of leader he was is Mars in the 10th house, aspect by Saturn. But when most of the leaders, it's very, very common. Just open up and see what is here. You don't look at from Saturn. From Lagna, 10th house, it is a physical manifestation. Chandra Lagna, a planet in the 10th house, is a mental expression of what you will do. Your temperament is only from Chandra Lagna. For power, for wielding power. What is your core personality is when you see a planet in 10th from the Sun. See, US President George Washington. Look at his horoscope. Okay, Sun, second to it, Saturn and Venus, 12th to it, Mercury. All this is our Raja Yogas. Okay, but because it is all the 3 yogas are sitting down there. Vesiva, C and Upachari. But 10th through it, Mars in its own house. Lagna Lord Mars is in its own house is sitting. Any political leader, especially not political leader, any leader, let's say he's a CEO of a company or he's a leader of anywhere, wherever the leadership qualities, you will have to see from Surya only. A powerful Surya. Surya is sitting very powerfully. Surya with benefic, Surya with planets, Surya's either side planets, and 10 from Surya will definitely have very, very powerful planets. This is Queen Elizabeth horoscope. Look at the horoscope. Yes, she has an exalted Mars, exalted from, it's both the trinal lords from Lagna are exalted, but where you will, she's a lead from Chandra Lagna, Surya is exalted in the 10th. But what is very important, you should not miss is from Surya Lagna, she's having Guru Mangala, exalted Mars in the 10th house. From Chandra Lagna, Sun is exalted in the 10th. But from Surya Lagna, there is a Mars and Jupiter sitting in the 10th house. Do not miss that particular aspect. So when you combine together, from the Lagna, the 5th and 9th lords are exalted. From Chandra Lagna, you have Mars and Sun in a Kendra exalted. But from Surya Lagna, which shows more clearly she's in power. It is from Chandra Lagna, Sun in the 10th. And from Surya Lagna, there is another exalted planet in the 10th. So you should start from Surya Lagna, then from Chandra Lagna, then from Lagna. If you immediately go to Lagna and you go other way reverse, you will miss the reading of the horoscope. Then, like I told you, Jupiter and Saturn, don't miss the mutual disposition of Sun, Jupiter, and Mars is very, very important. I'll just show you one example. I've already shown you Mars important. It's all the previous horoscope. You would see Jupiter and Mars well placed. But here, I'll just show you Donald Trump's horoscope. Look at his horoscope. From Sun, Mercury is in the 2nd house. Mars is in the 4th house. Jupiter is in the 5th house. It's a very special eclipsed horoscope, which you will see. But what is specialty from Surya Lagna is Surya is with an exalted Rahu. It has a very strong Mercury in 2nd to it. Mars is sitting in the 4th and Jupiter is in the 5th house. So Jupiter is aspecting Sun. So two very powerful benefits are there with the Sun. The previous horoscope, what we saw, you will see all of them, Jupiter and Mars, very, very strong. I don't want to repeat it again. All of them will have a Jupiter and Mars very well placed. Okay. Now important, what happens? Planets are in the 8th from Sun. There are planets in the 8th from the Sun, unless from Lagna and Chandra Lagna, they become a Kendra. The problem, the evils will not be there. But in case there are malefics, you have to watch out carefully. It is like a ticking time bomb. Anything can happen, especially when you have more than 2 planets sitting in the 8th from Sun. If it is not compensated from Lagna, Chandra Lagna, this is like a ticking time bomb which will burst. So something big will happen. If it is also bad from, it is not in a Kendra, or it's not a support from, it is also bad from Lagna, Chandra, then naturally it becomes activated. See, look at Saddam Hussein. Yes, he ruled for more than 20 years. But don't forget, because he has Sun is very strong. Sun is exalted. Next to it, Mercury. Behind it, Saturn, Venus. And 10th to it, he's having a Nicha Bhanga, Viparita Raja Yoga, Jupiter. But the way he passed away, how he died, what is say? See, what the planets he's having from 8th from Sun. Mars, Moon, Rahu in the 8th. It is already always waiting for the Dasa. The moment he picks up Dasa, from he was dethroned by another government, because though Sun was very powerful, he was ruling for 20-25 years, he was ruling, but at the same time, from Sun, you have Mars, Moon, and Rahu in the 8th house. Any leaders who are getting dethroned, you will see the 8th from Sun having planets, or malefic sitting in the 12th house, like Rahu, Saturn, Ketu sitting in the 12th house from Sun, will always be there. I don't know, the latest Bangladesh, I don't know, she's running away. No? Twice it happened to her. So I definitely, if this happens to a leader, 2 malefics will be there in the 8th from the Sun. If one has to run away from the country, this will definitely happen. See, this is Srinivasa Ramanujan, the great mathematic genius of India. There are a lot of other yogas in the horoscope, from Sun, Moon in the 4th, Jupiter and Mercury in the 12th house. They are getting charged because they're next to the Sun. Shukra in the 11th, Mars in the 10th house. He's one of the leaders of his time, of his science he studied. Mars is in the 10th, but the most important, 8th from Sun, he's having Rahu, Saturn. He's, I think, 30 plus he lived. So when you see more than 1 planet in the 8th from Sun, It should not become. Again, it is you look at it from Lagna, it is only in Rahu. Again, another Maragastana, it becomes from Lagna, it is the 8th lord also. From Chandra Lagna, again, Saturn is the 12th lord. From Surya Lagna, they are in the 8th. So all three Lagnas, Rahu, Saturn is very badly placed. Okay. Any doubts before I move? Anybody wants to say anything? Okay. So I think planets in the 9th from Sun. See this, when Parasara starts teaching itself, the most important thing, 4th from Moon, 8th from Saturn, 7th from Shukra. So let's say the 9th from Sun is very important. 9th and 10th from Sun is very important. Any planet we see in 10th from Sun, 9th from Sun, it's very important for many reasons. If you have malefics, it can be bad for father and Bhakya. But if you have a very powerful planet in the 9th, because Sun is the natural Pitru Karaka. So most important thing, he says 9th and 10th from Sun becomes very, very important. So if anybody has Jupiter in the 9th, or you have Ketu in the 9th, or you have powerful planet in the 9th from Sun, it's one of the important aspects of the chart. When anybody has 9th or 10th, we have seen, you will see if you have a planet in the 9th from the Sun. See Jagi Vasudev's chart. His chart is correct because he just now in his Chandra Bhukti, he had this hemorrhage in his Chandra Bhukti. So this horoscope is correct. Look at his horoscope. Just see from Surya Lagna. From Surya, Mars and Mercury together, Venus and Jupiter in the 2nd house, 5th house Moon, 9th house Ketu. Lagna is in the 10th from Surya Lagna. They're all special aspect of the horoscope. You don't immediately, if you jump to analyze from Lagna, you will get confused. Yes, from Chandra Lagna, the 9th house is very good. But the most important, how you'll have to see is the horoscope is, the Surya Lagna is fantastic. Sun and Mars together with the Mercury, and 2nd house Venus, Jupiter, 10th house Ketu sitting on. Then you see from Chandra Lagna, the whole Leo becomes 9th house. His Lagna, where is Lagna from Surya? You have to start from that. From Surya Lagna, where is Lagna falling? Where is Moon falling? It is very important. You have to see that. So a spiritual person, 9th house, Ketu is it. From Lagna, it is 12th. From Surya Lagna, it is 9th. From Chandra Lagna, it is 5th. So this is how you see the horoscope. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, see his horoscope. We already seen his Lagna, Sun, Moon all together on Lagna. He's having Shukra in the 2nd house, Jupiter in the 5th house from Lagna and Surya Lagna. From 9th house from Surya, the sign lord of Sun is exalted in the 9th house. An exalted planet in the 9th from Surya. You know what is he famous for? And 10th house is having Ketu. 10th Ketu, 9th exalted Saturn. You can define. So, okay, it is easier for you. The chart becomes very easy because Lagna, Surya, Chandra, all one. But you understand it is not only from Lagna. The same combination says from Chandra, also from Surya also. See, okay, we will see a negative aspect of the chart. This is a posthumous child. Posthumous child is father died before he was born. From Surya. Surya is exalted Surya. Exalted Surya, but 9th from Surya, there is a retrograde Saturn sitting in Moola Nakshatra. So Saturn in Moola, the 9th lord is Jupiter sitting with the Sun in combustion. So the father dies before. When you have a malefic in the 9th house, it can be bad for the father and Bhakya. He's having Shukra in the 2nd house from Surya. You must guess what profession he was. He's a chef. So you start judging from Lagna and Chandra Lagna 10th house, but from Surya Lagna, Shukra is in the 2nd house. He's a chef. So important, Surya Lagna. Okay, we will move to the last aspect of the chart. If anybody has any doubts before that, we will go. Now, how to look at the whole horoscope, you will see. We saw separately. If anybody has anything to say? Okay. Okay, we'll just look at the whole horoscope, not a single position. We'll look at Steve Jobs' horoscope. Forget about Lagna, Chandra Lagna, just from Surya Lagna. Second house Moon, third house Mars, fifth house Jupiter Kedu, Surya Lagna, Lord Saturn exalted. This itself is special. Where is Surya? It's first Surya is in Subakathari. This is fantastic. 11th house is Shukra Rahu. If you don't need to see his chart from Lagna or from Chandra Lagna, just from Surya itself, his horoscope is fantastic. There is a Subakathari, there's a planet in the second, 11th house, 5th house is a planet, 9th house is a planet. What he's shown as one of the biggest changes he brought to the computer field, you can see his chart only from Surya Lagna. Then yes, from Chandra Lagna it changes, and from Lagna it changes. It all adds and it doubles, it confirms it. But it is clear from Surya Lagna itself. When you see an exceptionally top person, definitely the chart will start, the greatness of the chart will be seen from Surya Lagna, Chandra Lagna and Lagna. But the starting will start only if it is not corroborated from the Lagna and Chandra, it misses somewhere. Okay, your lift is not going beyond that. It is getting stuck up. But there is a promise. There is from Surya, is the initial promise of the chart of what you want to become and what is your destiny is going to be, is you will have to see it from Surya. See, this is Billionaire Christina Onassis. Look at the horoscope. Surya, see the billionaire. Second house Venus Mercury, 11th house Saturn Ketu, 4th house Jupiter. What more you want? See the horoscope. Forget about from Lagna, Chandra Lagna. It is clear from Surya Lagna. Two benefics in the second, two malefics in the 11th house. Kendras is having Jupiter. From Chandra Lagna, it is Sulabhanabha, Jupiter and Venus, Mercury on either side of the moon. If you immediately miss it and from Lagna you jump, you will get confused of the horoscope. You have to see the pattern from Surya, then Chandra, then Lagna. Then you can apply all your Gati Lagna, Hora Lagna, Paka Lagna, Aruda Lagna, Karakamsa Lagna. Then you can apply it in Varga chart and all that. See, this is Rajnikant's horoscope. See the similar pattern between Billionaire Christina Onassis, and both are born one day apart. The same pattern. The Lagna is different. Okay, only the Lagna is different. One day, but the planetary positions are same. I will show you in class where I will show you the same pattern. I have a friend, he's my relation. His horoscope, he's born on the same day as Michael Jackson. Yes, he's a musician, but he's not as famous as Michael Jackson. That pattern was there. Because definitely the Lagna is different. But from Surya, there was an initial pattern which he had. Somewhere it showed in a milder fashion in his horoscope. But his Lagna was different. Michael Jackson's horoscope is different. So the Lagna will change. But the basic pattern, something is like, yes, the promise is there. The promise becomes fulfilled when it from Chandra and Surya it fulfills. And the Varga, it'll fine-tune. But the initial promise is from Surya Lagna. You have to see the chart from there. Okay, this is a chart. Ted Bundy. So we all seeing positive charts. Let's look at a negative horoscope. Surya Lagna. Where is Surya? Surya with Kedu, with Neecha moon, and your Mars. So Surya with moon, Kedu, Mars, 7th house Rahu, 9th house Saturn, Venus and Jupiter goes to the 12th house. So not a single planet from well placed from Surya. You know, Ted Bundy is a serial killer. Nearly 36 people he murdered. So we have seen from Surya Lagna what happens. The Kala Sarva horoscope, all the planets sitting with